When I first inherited the cabin in the woods, I thought it was a blessing, a quiet escape from the chaos of city life. Nestled deep in the forest, the place was supposed to offer solitude and serenity. But on my first night there, as I settled into the worn leather armchair with a book, I heard it, the unmistakable clattering of typewriter keys echoing through the halls. I brushed it off as a figment of my imagination, the product of an overactive mind. Yet, as the night wore on, the sound grew louder, more persistent, and undeniably real. Each keystroke seemed to vibrate through the very bones of the cabin, spelling out messages that I couldn't quite decipher, but that filled me with an inexplicable dread. Driven by curiosity and a tinge of fear, I followed the noise to a dusty, forgotten room at the end of a narrow hallway. Inside was an ancient typewriter, untouched by time, its keys moving with a life of their own. The paper in the carriage was filled with warnings, cryptic, fragmented sentences that spoke of danger, of things lurking in the darkness, waiting for the right moment to strike. I stood frozen, heart pounding as the words unfolded before me, each one pulling me deeper into a mystery I hadn't asked to be part of. What unsettled me most was the final line, "Beware the watcher in the woods." Determined to uncover the truth, I began investigating the cabin's history and the land it stood on. I discovered that the previous owner, my reclusive great-uncle, had vanished under mysterious circumstances. Locals whispered of a malevolent presence in the woods, an entity that fed on fear and thrived in isolation. The typewriter's warning seemed to be a lifeline, a desperate attempt to communicate the danger that loomed just beyond the cabin's walls. With each night, the messages became more frantic, almost as if the typewriter itself was growing impatient, urging me to heed its warnings before it was too late. On the fourth night, as the moon hung high and full above the treetops, I heard a sound that froze my blood, footsteps, slow and deliberate, crunching through the underbrush surrounding the cabin. The typewriter clattered furiously, its keys slamming down as if possessed by a frenzied spirit. I raced to the room, heart hammering, and read the final, chilling message, "It's here." The footsteps stopped outside the door, and I realized with a cold, sinking certainty that I was not alone. The walls seemed to close in, and the air grew thick with the stifling presence of something ancient and unyielding. As the door creaked open, I understood that this cabin was not a sanctuary, it was a trap set by whatever lurked in the woods, and I had walked right into it.